This video is brought to you by Power Performance Products, where you can get $10 off your purchase of Body Storm and Body Effects.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about your brother Joe and his diagnosis, when you heard about his diagnosis with his condition.
Yeah, he was actually training for a fight back, let's see, I think it was 2008, and it was a title fight in a local promotion back in the Midwest. And he was dealing with some issues, getting tired. And my brother's one of those guys who he's kind of have that old school wrestling mentality. He's used to overtraining. Yeah, that's just how they work, you know what I mean? Like the wrestling, the mentality. So there were some things kind of going on with him. We weren't sure. He was getting tired. He was sleeping more. Some small things that were bothering him. Couldn't really figure out why. But he got some blood tests done, and they diagnosed him the Mayo Clinic diagnosed him about 6 months later with PNH, with his bone marrow disorder. Mm-hmm. And so there's been a lot of ups and downs, with dealing with this, you know what I mean. But for me, it's just to see what he's been through and really overcome. It's been inspiring to me. It keeps pushing me, and I mean, he's always in my corner. He's always been a coach of mine and somebody just to lean on. So it's been a big help for me, and especially, when you get to those really grinding days, you don't want to train, you don't want to do anything, and it's like, you got to look yourself in the mirror and say, why are you doing this, and really kind of fall back on your goals and exactly why you're doing this. So, for me, I want to be a world champ, and you got to do a lot of things you don't want to do to get there. So, he's been a big inspiration to me, my family especially. He actually just had a baby a couple weeks ago, so that's been a huge blessing to our family. I actually haven't met her yet. I haven't been back yet, so right after my fight, I'm going back to spend a few weeks with them and stuff. But yeah, he's got a great story, man. He's been through so much. There's just nobody like him, Nobody, I guess, who's chewed the same dirt and been through what he's been through, and to keep training and. Just the way he looks at life, it's been amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely a visible part of your drive, it seems like.
Definitely.
He's obviously doing very well now in MMA and in his career. Mm-hmm. So talk about that and where he's going.
Yeah, he's 13-1 right now, mm-hmm. in MMA. He loves to train. He loves to compete. He's got such a passion for competing. He's a big reason why I'm even in this sport to begin with. Mm-hmm. He's brought that competition out in me, I guess. But yeah, he's doing well. He's looking to fight probably at the end of the year, maybe. So with the new family, he's been really busy. Sure. But he started training again, and he's looking forward to getting back in there.
It must be a little bit tough not having him out. You're used to having him out for all your camps.
Yeah. He was out here for a few weeks, before the fight got canceled, obviously. But. Yeah. I Skyped him quite a bit, talked to him a lot, and McKinley, his new daughter. So it's been nice.
It's awesome, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's rare to see someone with that competitive drive that I was talking about on your level. I mean, I film with a lot of guys here. Ronda Rousey's one that comes to mind. I mean, she won't want to lose at checkers. You seem like you're the same way. We just saw a Rochambeau contest, and
yeah.
You took out Jessica Penn in that one. So, where does that come from?
Oh, I don't know, something I guess I've always had. I guess it came out a little bit later in life. My brother, who was wrestling when he was younger, and he was so competitive, and just kind of watching him compete in wrestling, just that drive and that competitiveness is, because I always didn't. I guess I didn't show that a lot when I was younger. It kind of came out later in life. I'd say 20, 21, and it keeps building and stuff, but you have to have it. I think you do. You really have to have that competitiveness, because when things go wrong, especially in a fight, when things go wrong, things don't go your way, you start facing that adversity. You got to make a choice, and if you don't have that no quit attitude, that drive, then it's you're either it's fight or flight. So I mean, it came out a little bit later in my life, but I love it. It's sometimes that stubbornness can work against you, but for me, it's been a big help.
Talk about the move to California. Obviously, something that fueled your career. Getting to the next level, coming out here with Rafael and Mark.
Yeah, coming to California was huge. It was monumental for me. I met Mark Munoz, probably 4 or 5 years ago now, and I came out when he after he opened Rain and trained for a few weeks, and really clicked. We really connected, and just loved his attitude and his work ethic. I mean, if you know Mark Munoz, no one has got a work ethic like that guy. I mean, I really, it was somebody I kind of like wanted to mimic my training after, like this guy leads by example, you know what I mean? And he introduced me to Rafael Cordero here, who's my trainer now, and I've been with for a little over 2 years and 2.5 years now, and it's been huge. Just keep. I guess a lot of these doors have opened for me as far as training and career goes, and I think Southern California has some of the best fighters in the world. I mean, you look at Black House in LA and Kings here and MMA and Rain Training Center, and there's just so many high-level coaches and athletes out here, and I really feel comfortable out here, especially here at Kings with Rafael. And with some guys you just click with, you know what I mean. And I really clicked here, and it's been it's kind of made my career. I think.
Come to the point where you've learned a new language. I can only imagine how many other things you've learned training here.
Yeah. I've definitely like to study Portuguese, and it's been a fun language to learn for sure.
Difficult?
Yes. Yeah, there's so much slang, and it doesn't directly translate. Like, it'd be easy if you could just translate it word for word, but it's like you got these expressions and all this slang.
Sure.
So it's fun though.
Do you ever go any cross training next door? I noticed there's a cool little pole dancing place next door, man.
Really?
Getting some core stuff done over there?
That surprises me that you know that. No, I've never been there actually.
I think I should have gone filming in there maybe or something.
Yeah, why not? We should have set up one. Stop, we're going to go over there.
Well, that's awesome, man. I really appreciate you taking the time. October 5th, of course, UFC on FX5 co-main event. Jake Ellenberger will be taking on Jay Huron, looking to get back in the win column. Thanks for watching MMA Today. Look for our next episodes, and be sure to follow us on Twitter. I'm at Spencer Lazara, at Ellenberger MMA, and of course at MMA Interviews. Thank you to the fans. Anything else you want to say, Jake?
No, thank you, Spencer, for having me.
All right, appreciate it. See you next time.
Please subscribe to our channel and follow us on Twitter at MMA Interviews and at Spencer Lazara. Look for more pieces of the MMA Today show with Jake Ellenberger coming out soon.